Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. First off, we want to thank HelloFresh for sponsoring today's video. I'm really excited about today's video. I'm going to be sharing how I like to make my bed and a couple different variations of that as well. And I'll be sharing some fun tips and tricks along the way. If you haven't found me yet on Instagram, you can find me at Valerie Aguiar, where I share a lot of fun and behind the scenes there too. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take everything off and wash it. So I feel like there's nothing better than getting into a fresh bed, especially after like a shower at night. It's just the most refreshing thing. So I'm going to start by taking everything off, taking my duvet out of the duvet cover, taking all the sheets off, pillow covers, and giving them a fresh wash. You can use a little bit of bleach if you have white sheets, but I love the feel of clean sheets. There's nothing better. So once everything has been washed and dried, I'm going to put everything back on and I will share that process with you guys. I love that the Brooklinen sheets have the short side and the long side tags. It helps so much. So this is the fitted sheet. I'm going to put this on the corners. Like I said, having that short side and the long side tag is so helpful. Before I had those tags, it would take me a couple times to figure out how to get this on, especially if you're doing it by yourself. And for the top sheet, some people like to put their top sheet kind of upside down, if you will, just so that when you fold it back, the seam is kind of the prettier side. So this is all just preference. So it really doesn't matter, whatever you feel comfortable with. It doesn't really bother me either way. So I'm just going to put my sheet all the way up to the top and then just fold it back, maybe about a foot or so. I want a little bit of a fold over, and then you want to make sure that your sides are even on both sides, and I like to just tuck those right under the bed frame. I like to tuck them in really nice and tight, and then I'll put my hand under and do a little fold over and make those kind of hotel type edges. Continuing on with the other side, I will do the same thing, just tuck it right into the frame as tight as I can, and then tuck that little corner almost like you're wrapping a gift. I have found myself making my bed so much more this year. It was one of my resolutions to make my bed more. I think maybe I made my bed like 4 times last year total. So I've been really proud of myself that I've been doing this at least a couple times a week. It makes me feel a lot better, and it's so much more exciting to crawl into bed every night. So I found this coverlet on Amazon. I love the color. It's just a really pretty neutral, a really light brown, and I love that kind of waffle weave or that pattern. It's very similar to a Pottery Barn style blanket, so I will link both in the description box below if you're interested, but this one is a really great price. Not only was making my bed every day a New Year's resolution of mine, but so was making balanced and healthy meals for my family. HelloFresh has been a huge help in helping me do that. With the help of HelloFresh, we get mouth-watering seasonal recipes and fresh, pre-measured ingredients delivered right to our door. You can choose from 50 different menu items, including vegetarian, calorie smart, and even gourmet options. We are a family full of picky eaters. It's really bad, and there's still so many options that we love. Our schedule is so busy, so usually dinner planning for me is deciding midday what we're gonna have for dinner. But with HelloFresh, even making dinner last minute means I have all the ingredients, no last minute crowded grocery store runs, and I know it's going to be balanced, healthy, and it's going to be good. The best part is that these meals can be made in 30 minutes or less. One of my favorite things is that HelloFresh comes with pre-portioned ingredients, so it makes everything so easy. I especially love that because it makes cleanup a breeze. I just throw everything in that brown paper bag that it comes in. It's recyclable. Their packaging is made almost entirely from recycled materials, which is always a win-win in my book, and I know I'm not going to be having wasted food in the back of my fridge. The menu item we had this evening was the caramelized onion Swiss burgers. You guys, I don't even like onion. I'm serious, I don't like onion, but these were really, really good. That's one of my favorite things about HelloFresh is every time I cook something, I kind of get a little cooking lesson in there too. I have learned how to caramelize onions, which makes them good in my book. And I've also learned how to make really good carrots. It's how you cook it, you guys. As you can see, I was not the only one enjoying these hamburgers, our little ham over there. If you guys are interested in trying HelloFresh, use my code Valerie Aguiar 16 to get up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. Visit HelloFresh.com today and make dinner a little easier on yourself. So what I like to do with this coverlet is I will fold it back a little bit and then fold that top part over again just so that it looks kind of finished. It looks a little bit higher, a little bit more elevated when you fold it twice like that rather than just once. And then just like I did the bed sheets, I will also do the coverlet. I feel like it just looks so nice when it's all tucked in and it has really clean lines. That little corner fold trick is one of my favorite ways to make the bed feel a little bit elevated, a little bit more hotel-esque, if you will. I love that, especially when you get into bed at night. The sheets are nice and tight and you gotta kind of undo them and it just feels a little bit more hotel-like. And for the top comforter, I like to use a duvet and the duvet cover. So depending on what season we are in, I like the duvet for the winter months, and then I'll usually put something lighter on for the summer. But for now, I'm going to use the duvet. Sometimes getting the duvet inside the cover can be a little tricky, so I like to lay the cover like open with all the buttons open on the bed, and then I will take the duvet insert and put it the right way that it's supposed to go. That means like the tag on the end of the bed, and then I match up the corner with the corner. So just that one side that would go on the end of the bed, I just match up that corner and then that seam right there with the kind of button side or seam side of the cover, and then I just give it a really, really good shake and flatten it out while holding on to those corners and that one little straight edge right there. It's pretty easy. You just got to really shake it out. And then once it is all flattened out and the corners all match up, I will button it up. So let's talk wrinkles. Depending on what type of fabric your sheets are or your duvet, you may have really bad wrinkles. Cotton and percale are very prone to wrinkles, especially 100%. If you have a little bit of a mix like a polyester, they're not as wrinkly, so I like to just spray a little bit of water. You can kind of spritz it on if the wrinkles really bother you. Another thing you can also do is put a damp towel in with your sheets. If you are taking pictures or need them for a styled shoot, you can also iron or steam them as well. Also, removing the tags from the pillows and the comforters make things a little bit easier. You can always hide those by flipping the pillow the opposite way inside the cover too. So I'm going to share my favorite way to make my bed. This is my go-to every day, pretty much. This is usually how I make and style my bed. So I'll pull that duvet all the way up to the top and then bring it back about 3/4 of the way and then do kind of a double fold so it just looks really voluminous and cozy. It looks really thick and fluffy. Okay, so how many pillows do you guys sleep with? I am a 2-pillow person. My husband is also a 2-pillow person. So I have my king on the bottom and then my little standard right there on the top. So I'll usually stack those, and I like to put the open part in the middle so it leaves that clean edge right on the side. I love that coverlet peeking through right there. It just looks so clean and pretty. So I'm going to put these 3 little decorative pillows. I will link those for you guys below. And then this pretty Studio McGee was the inspiration for my whole entire bedroom. I love that pillow. So this is pretty much my go-to look. This is how I make my bed, or how I like to make my bed when I do. If you want to add a little bit more texture or a little bit more contrast with the white duvet, you can also add a creamy type knit blanket on the very end of the bed. And the way that I like to style this is I just like kind of very clean lines, if that makes sense. So it looks a little bit messy, but yet it's not, if that makes sense. I just try to get like all the lines a little bit straight, so it's kind of a little ruffled. Okay, so I'm going to share another way. There's really not a huge difference, but it is different nonetheless. So I'm gonna leave that coverlet on the inside and then just kind of fold it back with the duvet, almost acting like a sheet kind of, but your sheet is still pulled all the way up to the top. So you're just gonna kind of roll that coverlet over, add your decorative pillows. That little plaid one I also found on Amazon. It's super cute. And then you can also throw a little throw blanket on there. This one has little tassels on it. I actually got this from Tuesday Morning a while back, so I'll link something similar. But this is also kind of just a very laid back, another simple look. And for the next look, I'm going to take this coverlet off completely, so it's just my sheets and the duvet at this point. And I'm gonna fold that duvet back and just kind of do that double fold again so it looks really, really thick, fluffy, and inviting. And then I'm going to take my top sheet and I'm going to fold it over that really fluffy duvet and then fold it back again, kind of fooling you a little bit. Any excess I can just tuck it right under, but this makes it almost like you can literally hop into bed. This is very bed ready type styling here. And then I'm going to take that really pretty coverlet and put it on the end of the bed, almost not even halfway up, but it just almost acts like a comforter. It adds a little bit of color, and I'm just going to kind of even out those ruffles and those lines, make it really simple, pretty, make sure it's even on the bottom. And for decorative pillows and throw pillows, I wanted to stay kind of in the neutral color scheme. These are what I had in my little closet. I had some darker browns, some tans, all very neutral, of course. This little plaid one. But in the end, these are my favorite combination right now. Another way to add a little bit of ambiance to your bedroom is to light a candle, especially if it's an Elm & Co candle. If you haven't found them yet, check them out at elmandco.com. So I hope this video helped you today. Let me know in the comments below, how many days a week do you make your bed? I'm really curious to know. And with that, we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.